It's so good to be alive with Travis here.
I've never heard anyone interested. Imagine like a professional newscaster, like I am alive tonight with my co-anchor, Max Angel.
And boy, is it good to be here.
Boy, I am glad to be alive. You do not want to know what I've been through. All right.
Okay.
So this is a game between Zest and PartinG, and can you tell us a little about when this game was played and?
Yeah. So this was HomeStory Cup. I think this was in the losers bracket. So either player loses this, they're out of the tournament. And oh my gosh, there's such a loud jet outside. Can you hear that? Through my mic. Oh my gosh. Okay, a jet passed over my house.
It happens. You just gotta roll with it. When life gives you jets, you.
Where are you going with this, Travis?
You fly away. Ooh, all right.
Spawning in the bottom right.
All right.
Well, we got Zest. This is PartinG is up. I mean, Zest is up 2-1 at this point. So this is elimination for PartinG, elimination match, and Zest, moved on if he wins this. So I don't remember what happened. So let's see what happens together. Let's discover together, Travis.
Wow. That's a good outlook for life. Discovering things together.
Discover together.
I guess you could do it by yourself. You don't necessarily need another person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think humans need love to live?
Whoa. Yeah. I think they do. I think that's like a scientific fact, actually. Like love, having
a deep social connection.
Yeah. A good social network is as important as like eating healthy food or some shit. I read, like.
I read that in a book by what's his name, Malcolm Gladwell.
Did you really?
Yeah, he talked about people living, like older people.
Oh yeah, I think I know it. You read that in Outliers.
Yes, Outliers. Yes.
Yes, I read that not only in Outliers but also in. Well, anyways, let's get.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Zest is gonna proxy him? ? This is a really early scout. Normally you scout after the second gateway like PartinG. I think Zest is just being a weirdo, but that's fine. Okay, Zest being a weirdo for some reason.
So no proxy. You did mention that Zest was up 2-1 in this series, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's just trying to figure out, make sure PartinG's not doing anything fishy real early on.
I honestly have no clue why he sent the scout so early. I guess PartinG proxied him earlier in the series, so it's possible he was just making sure he's not getting proxied. Yeah,
I see. And what constitutes an early scout? Like, is it the probe like that built the first gateway, or?
The standard scout is after the second gateway.
Okay.
Anything earlier is a bit early. You can get away with after Cybercore, but your probe doesn't. It's a little sketchy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so is that going for the Stalker Sentry? What's PartinG going for? The Stalker Sentry also? Okay. So mirrored. I've been seeing a lot of good players go Stalker Sentry. It gets that early hallucination out.
Yep, they're both doing it.
Goodbye, probe.
Is it a pretty safe play as well?
It can be a safe play, but I think it looks like Zest. Okay, so PartinG throws down the Stargate, Zest throws down the Robo. So you can expand off Stalker Sentry. Actually, you can do pretty much anything off Stalker Sentry. It's just the advantage is that you don't really get any map control because the Sentry's a defensive unit, but you get to hallucinate very quickly, so it's pretty safe.
So you get the info.
Yeah, and there's a loud motorcycle.
Yeah, I thought that was someone in your house, to be honest. like a zombie, like at your door. But
let's see what happens. I kind of like how last when we did the last cast, we kind of just played through the game quickly and then went back to the parts that seemed relevant. So I kind of like that. Let's see. Let's go through and see what happens. Stalker Sentry. Zest gets a second sentry. Zest not building more probes, PartinG building more probes. Zest gonna do like a really heavy pressure, like almost an all-in. He's gonna get one more gateway, warp prism, and see if he can just kill PartinG. And PartinG is playing the macro game, so let's see what happens.
So is PartinG going to go for the standard Oracle Phoenix? Or he would have gotten the Phoenix first, is that correct? Or Phoenix second?
Oracle
like.
Phoenix. Oracle Phoenix is actually a little strange to me.
Is it normal to get the Phoenix first?
I'd say I don't have a very good grasp on PvP Stargate plays. So we'll learn together.
Gotcha.
So what you want to go oracles if Zest hides the immortal, but the oracle just sees it.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think you go Phoenix if you think your opponent throws down a Stargate also. Otherwise you want to go oracle. But I don't really understand it too well, so I'm not quite sure. But PartinG should know this is coming. Because he saw the immortal hiding. Why do you hide an immortal unless you're gonna do this?
Right.
I think PartinG is just gonna die. Okay, let's see.
Oh my, how?
Yeah, GG. Okay, well that's a really fast game.
Wow.
Wow, that was okay. That's a game, I guess.
All right, let's
All right.
really let's figure out what happened.
Okay, we might be doing 2 games, Travis.
maybe.
Let's see what they could have both done better. So I'm gonna say I don't think Zest, just playing really fast from Zest's point of view, I don't think Zest could have done anything better. He had a build in mind. He executed cleanly, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it worked this game. So
is one build inherently better? Like they deviated, right? One went Robo, one went Stargate. Which do you think is the better in this situation? Or are they the same?
I'm not sure. Let's see.
Or I guess it depends on what they do with it. It's not about the motion of the. It's not about the size of the waves. It's about the motion of the ocean.
Yes. Exactly. That concludes our analysis.
Yes. Thanks for watching.
It's about the motion of the ocean. So yeah, let's figure out. I'm not sure if one's inherently better, but let's see. I know. This is actually one of the more confusing things about the game for me right now is PvP, Stargate versus
Robo.
Stargate kind of just confuses me in general. So let's see. I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert.
Right.
Stargate, Robo.
So neither player. I mean, they both just scouted with their probes, right? But they didn't. Both of them dropped their tech after the scouts came in, right? So
yeah, that's the normal thing to do.
And they basically know that they're both doing the same thing. And
the first units are the same. They're not doing the same thing, right?
Right. Sorry, I mean, is that true? Same thing up until the Robo and the Stargate.
Right. Up until then.
Yeah.
So both of them know that adepts are not going to be heading into the or something like that. I think. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah. Normally this is a little bit greedy. Stalker, Sentry, and then he throws down a tech building, which is Stargate, and then an expand. That's if Zest is opening double Stalker or double Adept, and it moves across the map. That's a really greedy, very punishable thing. But PartinG, because he scouts the Stalker Sentry, feels safe throwing down the expand right away. I'm not sure if he would have done that if he saw. So like this probe just sacrifices its life for Ire, right?
Yes. Right.
He just wants to see what comes out, and he sees Sentry. So life sacrificed for Ire. Sentry means you're pretty safe. Like right, no adept pressure, no stalker pressure coming across the map. So I think normally, so PartinG throws down Stargate here. Normally, PartinG would probably want to build 2 more units before expanding here. But since he knows he's safe, he just throws down the Expo. So that's good play from PartinG, I think. I'd wonder if PartinG would still do this if he didn't see Stalker Sentry. I don't think so. Because 2 Stalkers come across the map. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is reaction by PartinG. Sentry, throw down Nexus.
Sentry, Stargate, throw down Nexus is PartinG's reaction to seeing. And so he drops the Stargate, and can you kind of explain why he drops the Stargate? What is his plan after the Stargate goes down?
I'm thinking Stargate was probably his plan all along, but the reaction part was, I think otherwise he would have built 2 more units. So he goes Nexus, 2 Stalkers, I believe.
Instead of
Look
2
out.
Stalkers first and then Nexus.
Right. I think you do that if you see 2 Adepts, for instance.
Okay.
I think.
So he feels pretty safe right now. Like he can get away with
Yes.
this. Okay.
So far I'm okay with PartinG's play and with Zest's play. Okay. Stalkers. Did Zest see PartinG's units?
I don't believe so.
Let's see. Okay, so PartinG just leaves. He doesn't sacrifice his life. Zest just leaves, which makes sense since he's doing this robo play. He doesn't need to sack his life for ire because
because what's going to come out, right? Nothing's going to come out. Is that true?
What's that?
Nothing would come out that would surprise him into doing. He's already getting the robo on the way, so.
Exactly. Zest has a safer build than inherently safe build. Well, not safe, but like he's doing pretty much an all-in, right? So.
Because worst case, he gets Immortal, versus if you get a Stargate, you would have a Phoenix, which just has less utility than an Immortal.
Exactly. Zest ain't dying.
Nice.
Zest ain't dying. But notice that since he didn't see which units came out of the gateway, he builds 2 more units out of his gateway before he throws down the expand.
Okay.
It's probably just his. It's probably optimal in his build, actually.
In Zest's build to get the Stalker Sentry.
Right, because he's doing the pressure. So yeah, I don't think that's because he didn't. I think this is his plan, no matter what units come out.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So far everything. Yeah, okay, yeah. PartinG reaction. Zest's plan is just to fuck shit up with this robo play, which is really strong. It's really hard to hold this robo push.
Yeah, I mean, we even see later on that PartinG actually sees the Immortal.
Which is crazy to me that PartinG just did nothing, because I feel like the Immortal is a pretty big tip-off.
Plus, it was explicitly being hidden in the corner of the base. It's awkward.
What could PartinG have been thinking? Wow, Zest rallied his Immortal to the side of his base. He gets not attack.
Oops, happens sometimes. Whoops.
LOL.
Party just in his booth having a chuckle like,
Okay, so Zest throws down the shield battery. I think he does this no matter what, because he hasn't seen anything, so this is just a blind shield battery. But it completely makes sense since his plan is to push across the map, and he'll have nothing at home that, no matter what, a shield battery in his main is the safe way to go. So I like, in Zest's build, getting a shield battery.
And it looks like PartinG does the same thing at the same time, pretty much.
So, PartinG gets the shield battery. I don't think I like the shield battery from PartinG. He goes Stargate.
That, to be honest, that is something I noticed on the first playthrough. I just, but yeah, I mean, hopefully you can explain more, but because, right, he's got the Stargate, and he's getting Phoenix out, Oh, doesn't the shield battery have less benefit to him?
Yes. So let's see. He even sees he should cancel this. He 100% he should cancel the shield battery here in his main. So I think the PartinG is just probably just builds this shield battery every game. But I think if he were thinking about it a bit more, he would not build it in this scenario. So yeah, as you were saying, he's going Stargate. He saw Zest go stock a sentry, which you pretty much don't do if you're proxying a Stargate. I think PartinG even saw 3 pylons, and that's relevant because to proxy a Stargate, you need a pylon somewhere else.
Right.
And he's getting this scout off. This hallucinated Phoenix gets to his base. Let's see. So like this is when PartinG's Oracle finishes. This hallucinated Phoenix will get to his base before an Oracle would get to his base, so he'll know. Yeah. So I don't bad play from PartinG. I'd say getting the shield battery. It's a little thing, but I don't think he needs it.
Gotcha.
Okay. Robo. this Immortal. I'm just gonna watch PartinG's vision here.
Oh yeah, let's watch PartinG. So Immortal's like, no one's ever gonna see me.
PartinG sees it. Right? Oh, he didn't actually look. No wonder. Okay, look on his minimap. On his minimap, he probably thinks it's a pylon.
Does he even see the blip on the minimap?
Let's see.
Oh, just barely.
Okay. So okay, that makes a lot of sense. PartinG didn't even look.
Yep.
What does he see? He sees 2 stalkers.
What do your elf eyes see, PartinG? Nothing.
Hmm.
Absolutely nothing. Okay,
but
so that makes more sense. Yeah.
It does make more sense, but PartinG...
When did he see the robo? With his Phoenix Scout?
Let's see, when did he see the robo?
I mean, with the hallucination. I think that's when it happened. They both sent hallucinations across at the same time. So
Stalker Sentry.
But I guess that is good to see when PartinG sees the robo, because that is pretty useful information, I suppose.
So he's gonna see the robo right here. So you should let's check PartinG's vision here, because it's really important that you actually pay attention to your hallucinated Phoenix and not just send it in for it to die.
Right.
So let's watch PartinG's Phoenix as it flies into Zest's base. He's not paying any attention to it.
But he does look at it at the last second.
He does look at it. Yes. Ideally, what you do is you see whether you see the expansion timing and you figure out what the tech is. He saw the robo though, and whenever there's a robo this early and a few sentries, it's almost always like this push. So maybe PartinG just doesn't have a lot of. I know he came back pretty recently. Maybe he just doesn't have a lot of enough experience yet to know that this thing is coming.
Oh, hello, D-boy.
Hello.
Drunk
I don't know why he's. I don't know why he's being so scared with his Oracle too. He should just.
Yeah, he had it pathed behind, right? Maybe he did see the blip out of the corner of his eye, and he thought it was a stalker, and he just rerouted.
Recalculating.
Recalculating.
Fly east.
No. Fly
west.
West.
East.
You have missed your turn.
I thought you said West, Travis.
West. Fly west. West.
Actually, Zest does all this off of only 2 gateways. That's pretty crazy. So this is not an all-in from Zest. This is just a pretty heavy pressure. Okay.
The revelation. Okay, so PartinG drops revelation at the nat, and on these 2 stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, what's PartinG looking at home? He's not even looking. He's not looking at his nat. Okay, so I'm gonna go on a bit on a stretch here. So he dropped revelation on the 2 stalkers in the nat, and we saw him just there at the end before the push came in. He checks to see the 2 stalkers that are revelated, and he sees that they're in Zest's main base. Actually, that part probably doesn't matter, but what I'm trying to say is my hypothesis is that PartinG just didn't think anything was coming.
I'm certain PartinG didn't know anything was coming. Otherwise, he'd have more than 3 stalkers here.
Because he wasn't looking at his nat, right? If you think something's coming, you know, you look at your nap more
Uh-huh.
often, move your units back low, but he did not look at all. So I think he just got blindsided by this completely.
He did get completely blindsided. So let's see, what were the tells Parting should have been looking for? First of all, the robo, I think. Actually, it kind of blows my mind Parting didn't see this coming, because I don't know any other build where you get a robo this fast. And at the very least, maybe there is another build, like it's a macro robo.
Right.
At the very least, seeing the robo, you should be extremely wary of this push coming.
Right. Because then you've narrowed down your list of possibilities tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
And you can more easily, you know, or at least try to check again or something, you know, see what's going on somehow.
Exactly. So robo, I say you can either do macro robo, like I was saying, you can do that push. You can maybe do disruptor drops, but that's really nothing to be afraid of since Parting is going Stargate. And I haven't seen anyone go disruptor drops in quite a long time.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much this push, or sometimes I guess you can go macro robo, just get a fast observer and play really safe. But Parting definitely, if you were thinking through crossing off options for Zest, or if he thought ahead of time about what to do if he sees a robo, I think Parting, you know, is just ready for the push.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Parting, this is a little brain play from Parting for sure. I think.
This is not our first nominee for little brain play of the day.
This is the little brain.
How ironic, little brain play from big boy Parting.
That's right. He may be a big boy, but he has a disproportionately little brain.
That sounds so mean. What if he's got a medical condition, Max? A little brain syndrome or something. I'm sorry. Okay, now I'm taking it
that's
too
funny.
far.
Well, that's okay. I mean, as we said last time, you don't need to be. You can be really smart and still make a little brain play.
That's true.
It happens to the best of us.
It shows he's human. He's not a robot.
Mm-hmm.
He's a human, just like me, and not you, because I'm not sure about you sometimes.
Well, I'm a hacker.
True.
I shouldn't say that on stream.
Confirmed. Too late now. It's on Reddit. Clip it, boys. We got him. We got him. It's on record.
Is that Drunken Boy in the chat? Real
That
Drunken
is...
Boy?
Hello.
Damn.
Shalom.
So let's see. So what should Parting have done? I'm fine with this Nexus timing. It makes a lot of sense. I don't really understand why he goes Oracle Phoenix. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is there. But I think, so let's see. He sees right here. Right here.
Yes.
He probably goes Oracle Phoenix. The only thing I can think of... Oh my god, there's another airplane outside.
Oh, you're a popular guy.
The only reason I see for going Oracle Phoenix is that you think your opponent's going to go Oracle. He thinks like Zest is doing the same build he is.
So at this point, should Parting have cancelled his shield battery? So
right here, Parting cancels the shield battery, cancels the Phoenix, gets a second Oracle instead. So the good thing about Stargate is that if your opponent's going for a push, 2 Oracles just destroy everything. Mm-hmm. Regardless of whether there's shield battery or not. Sometimes, like Zest did, you'll leave 2 Stalkers, but you're still going to get 8, 9, 10 probe kills with 2 Oracles against 2 Stalkers.
Right.
So I'm not sure if Parting should sack the natural or not, or if he should just build 4 or 5 shield batteries and Void Rays maybe. Let's see. So I still can't believe Parting the Oracle.
I think based on that, I think he thought it was a Stalker, and he just reflexed.
That actually makes a lot of sense, because then Parting's like, okay, there's 2 Stalkers here. There were probably 2 Stalkers over there.
Yeah,
no way he's going for
that's true. And then he casts Revelation here on these Stalkers, and these Stalkers never leave the base.
That's right.
So he's just like, all right, I'm safe.
I think Parting baited himself.
Oh man! If he had actually ran that Oracle all the way in, could have probably killed quite a few probes. Right? There's nothing in the main to
Well, the shield battery is.
Yeah, that's right. My bad. Forget about
That's
that.
okay. Yeah, shield batteries are pretty good. Shield batteries have a lot more range than I expect. Like if you click it and look at and hold your mouse over the restore button,
Oh wow,
shows you how much range.
that's like
Yeah,
the
isn't that?
entire
Yeah,
mineral line. What
I always
the?
get sketched out by putting my shield batteries where Zest does because you're like, wait, he doesn't cover the left side, but actually looking at that range is pretty crazy. It covers the whole mineral line from the top of the mineral line.
Huh. Well.
All right,
Learn
so
every day.
so I think for the rest of this, what we need to figure out is so what PartinG should have done is cancel the shield battery, build a second oracle, go for the counter attack, and defend. The question is, what's his best defense here? So he has. Let's see what the attack hits. He knew. He should have known.
Right. So we're assuming that he figures out that this what Zest is doing, that this is a push. And then how does he stop it at this point?
Honestly, he should know right there because he sees the robo. So let's assume he could also go in for the confirm by flying over the natural and seeing there's no probes there, or just looking for the push out. But in theory, PartinG should know at around 405, 410. Let's say 410, just to make it a little harder for ourselves. So you build a second oracle. Let's see. You think you start building void rays? I wonder if let's look at this. Let's see when this push comes. Okay, it hits at 450. So from the time PartinG sees it at 410 to the time it hits at 450, he has 40 seconds. Yes, I know how to I know how to count. Very, very impressive. I know. I counted to 40.
Showing off, Max.
And this push hits with 4 stalkers, an immortal, and 2 sentries. Look, I can count. I'm so good.
Big brain.
Well, that's why you host me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what's happening to my StarCraft? Okay, yeah. So, okay. 4 stalkers, 2. So he has 40 seconds. He has 3 stalkers, sentry. He definitely could. I think he definitely has time. He's built like 2 Phoenix and he's building a 3rd. He definitely has time to build a Void Ray. So I think what you do as PartinG is you throw down 2 shield batteries and start pumping out Void Rays. And of course, continue warping in gateway units. PartinG stops warping gateway units. Clue is coming. So I think 2 shield batteries, a Void Ray, this 3 stalkers sentry plus 1 more warp in of, say, 2 zealots or something, since zealots are cheap, and a Void Ray. I think you definitely hold 4 stalkers, 2 sentries, and immortal.
Right. And then you still have.
And then the oracles.
Right.
Right.
Doing, for counter or something.
The oracles fly and kill.
Exactly.
Versus 2 stalkers, they kill at the very least 5 probes, and
exactly.
PartinG is in an excellent position to win the game.
And I feel like it's a good point you make, because it's not that much of a stretch. Like, this is all. It's like this is definitely an avenue that PartinG could have gone down. He had the info there. It's not. We're not like making huge stretches here. Like he saw the robo. He could have easily canceled the Phoenix, canceled the shield battery, and at least gone back to check again, do something, and get ready. But he didn't do any of that.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's just kind of weird. I feel like normally pro players don't get that blindsided, but when we look at this engage, you look at PartinG's camera, he literally doesn't even notice until the units are on top of his mat, and it's over.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're probably right. That he thought there was a stalker there, and I can imagine as parting, if you think there's a stalker there and more stalkers in the net, you don't think you're being pushed.
Mhm.
But I think that Robo should be a big tell,
Yeah.
and he should be very the Robo.
Didn't respect the Robo.
He didn't respect the Robo. Honestly, parting's build is good. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I like how he gets Stalker Sentry Phoenix. I really like how he throws down the Expo as soon as he sees it's a Sentry. I'm pretty curious, because I don't know for sure what he would have done if he hadn't seen the Sentry come out by Zest. Let's see. Yeah, right there. I don't know what parting would have done had he not seen the Sentry. But, maybe the Stargate was a response to seeing the Sentry. Because he did throw it down right after he killed this, after he saw the Sentry. And it seems like a really smart response from Sentry, because you're not going to get attacked right away.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the way PartinG played this. Throw down the Stargate, throw down the expansion, and you get the fast hallucination, so you know if this Robo push is coming. I think PartinG played this really well,
Right.
other than just...
Right, it seems like this part, he's reacting very well. Like, he's taking the lead,
Right.
he's cutting units when appropriate, like, he decided to hit the nat faster, it's okay. And he was correct in that, he got away with it, he played it well. But then once he sees the Robo, we don't see, I guess, maybe the ideal reactions.
Yeah, so a good opener from PartinG, just no reactions, exactly. Alright, I think that's about it for this game. It was a pretty short game.
Yeah.
But I think there's actually, even though this is a 5-minute game and it looks like PartinG got just wrecked, blindsided, I think there's a lot to be learned from this game.
Right. Even just the small stuff. Again, I don't know what, I wish I knew what you could ask PartinG. Like, when you saw that blip, did you just think that's like, I mean, but I feel like I probably don't even need to ask that, right? Any player, just after that many games, you see a blip, your instinct is just muscle memory. Okay, that's a stalker. Right. Because any good player, would probably potentially have their stalkers there, so. But, yeah.
It's pretty unlucky, really.
Yep.
PartinG outsmarted himself.
Brain's too big.
His brain was so big it was small.
Loop back onto itself, but.
Alright, I'm down to do one more. That was a pretty... I think that the amount of time we spent on that replay was pretty... the right amount.
Yeah, I like that. If you got another replay lined up, go for it.
Okay, well, let's watch... Let's watch another PartinG versus Zest.
This is a game from earlier in the series?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just picked the last one because I thought it'd be good. Like, PartinG's on his dying breath. What does he do?
Turns out he dies in 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, that happens. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna honestly copy PartinG.
Look at PartinG's profile picture.
I didn't see it.
It was like a robot man. Like, I feel like... Ooh, game has been recovered from a replay.
I'm gonna make a note to myself to try this Stalker Sentry stuff in P.
While you're doing that, I will introduce. We have spawning in the top left, Big Boy PartinG, and in the bottom right we have Zest. And Max will tell us which game this was in the series.
As soon as I'm done scribbling some notes.
So he's done furiously scribbling in his notepad.
I have lots of pages of notes. I've got like 8 pages, front and back of StarCraft notes next to me.
Oh, I thought they were just like general, like life notes, like...
No.
Remember to wash your hands. Drink
yeah, I
more
definitely
water.
need to remind myself.
You come back from the bathroom, sit down at the desk, and you're like, oh, dang it. Go back
Forgot to breathe again.
Oh, dang it, Max! Gotta write this down.
Oh, I've been texted. Oh, okay. That cheered me up. Okay. Okay, let's see. PartinG scouting a little earlier. I'm not going to read into that too much. Stalker Sentry from PartinG. Adept from Zest. Okay. It's as Travis said, it's not in the ocean of the motion of. It's not.
It's not about the size of the waves. It's about
It's
the motion of the ocean.
It's about how you use your adept.
It's not about.
Oh my god, Parting is just 4K. Now that's a big boy build if I've ever seen one. Holy shit.
The man himself.
Oh my lord. Parting. All right, let's play through the game first. Yep. Yeah. Let's see how this 4K turns.
Is this game 1 or game 2 of the series?
This is game 3. None of the above.
This is game 3, so this is when.
This is 1-1. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this is game 3. Wait. Yeah, it's game 3, so it's tied 1-1 right now.
Oh, okay.
Wow, look at Zest patrol this stalker barely. Did he see it? Does Zest know this is coming? He's building a cannon. That's kind of weird. No way Zest holds this.
Yeah. Did he see it though? Why else would he drop a cannon there?
I've actually seen Zest blindly drop a cannon before. But let's maybe on our second playthrough we'll see if there's anything that tipped him off.
Sure.
I think Zest looks pretty dead here.
Yeah.
Maybe he can hold on and play from behind, but. Oh, you know what? I remember watching this game, and I got really frustrated with PartinG here. Like you'll see what happens. This is really bad by PartinG. So gets the stalkers picked off.
Yep.
Tries to run up again.
Whoa, PartinG! Whoa!
Tries to run up again.
PartinG, please stop! PartinG, what are you doing? Just kill the gnat, buddy.
Tries to run up again.
PartinG,
Another
stop! PartinG, no!
Yeah. So PartinG is way ahead, but he starts playing like a buster for some reason.
Why? Okay. Why would you do that 3 times in a row? I mean, couldn't you bait out the force field just as easily with just, if you really wanted to, with just like 1 stalker or something?
What is this? What is PartinG? Oh yeah. Yeah, he could probably. I don't even think you play with baiting out force fields. You just that's not a good move.
Just kill the gnat, right? It's right there. You know he can't do anything about it.
Kill the gnat, take your own. But it's like huge buster plays from PartinG, I gotta say.
Buster plays, wow.
That was come on. That was like a little brain.
Oh no, definitely. I agree. He was being a chump. He was being a chump.
He was thinking with his protoss penis instead of his brain. So I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, now you
I scared off the.
You've done it now. That one viewer who was underage. It's uncomfortable now.
Yep. Alright, let's see what happens. PartinG runs a depth round. Let's start. Okay.
Wow, 5 probes. That's actually pretty good. For what, 2 adepts, or is that run by? Something like that.
Yeah, that was 2 adepts. I didn't even see that. I was watching the front.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think PartinG wins because he has the cooler skins. Wait a second.
He got wrecked.
We need an instant replay. PartinG can't lose. He has the high ground.
That doesn't matter over in the war prisms. See the high ground. Okay.
My goodness. Not gonna lie, I thought for sure PartinG was gonna win this game.
Really?
Yeah, after he killed the gnat. Or like when he was.
He sacked like 9 stalkers.
That's true. That is true.
Alright.
So we got a little bit to digest here.
Mm-hmm. So even without much analysis, I could say why PartinG lost the game, but let's look at their build orders a bit. Adept by Zest. Adepts really confuse me in this matchup, like Adept versus Stalker. I don't know I don't know what to think about it. So this time Zest doesn't even sack his probe, but he still sees that it's sentry, which is dope. So if you're really good, which I'm not, but if you're good, you can try to time out the probe exactly so that you leave right as a sentry comes out, but not a stalker. So what I mean by that is if the sentry takes 26 seconds to produce, the stalker takes 30 seconds to produce. So if you know the timings exactly, which I don't, then you can leave the base right when a sentry would be done, but a stalker would not be done.
Wow.
And so you'll save your probe and also see if a sentry comes out, which is what Zest does here. So he's like, okay. Now, sentry comes out, but a stalker can't kill him.
Yeah, he purposely. That was neat. He sends the probe back in just to make sure.
And of course, if it's Adepts, your probe will die because it'll shade onto you. But if it's, it's like a Depths, it'll die. Sentry, it'll spot. Stalkers is a bit questionable because you're like, did I time it right? Maybe he just... It's hard to know, but in this exact case, it worked great for parting. I like never do this, but it's... So let's see. Adepts go across. Doing what Adepts do. Parting sneaks his little probe around. Or his big boy probe, I should say. I wonder why Zest just goes home here instead of checking for the natural. Oh, I guess he takes the watchtower.
Is that normally what would happen? You just shade in, check that.
Yeah, a lot of the times the whole purpose of the Adept is just to make sure that the opponent actually threw up a natural and check the timing on it. But I guess in this case, Zest is saying that in order to attack me, you have to come across the center of the map.
Which gives me enough time to do something.
That's right. That must be what he's thinking. So right. Oh, but he leaves.
He left before the stalkers came into vision, right?
He did. So he
unlucky.
probably figured it. Yeah, it was unlucky for sure. He probably figured, okay, if he was attacking, he would have come by now, but he was partying seconds later.
Gotcha.
But okay, so right now, he knows something is coming his way. He saw like 4 stalkers, I think.
Yeah. Which means that Adepts still did their purpose, kind of.
They still did their purpose, and they're going to go around for the counterattack, which I don't remember if it gets any damage or not. Oh my gosh, look at this patrolling stalker by Zest.
Yes.
If only he just went up a little bit and checked. Okay, so Zest's reaction is 1 cannon. I think if he throws down 3 cannons, he holds, but he's not sure how heavy the pressure is.
Yeah, he sees 4 stalkers walking across.
Yeah.
He's got the 2 Adepts coming into backstab.
Also, I'll point out that Zest build is a little weird. He goes straight for this to get the really fast +1. But I don't mind it. Because since he gets these Adepts, in a perfect world, Zest build is great because the Adepts see whether or not he's scouting or whether or not he's attacking. If he's attacking, you got the forge early, so you throw down some cannons. And if not, you're doing great because you get a super fast +1. So that's Zest's thought process.
All right. Ideally, a win-win. It covers all the bases.
That's right. Unfortunately, he sees 3 stalkers only. Does not quite see the proxy pylon. I don't know why Zest is patrolling here. I mean, maybe he's afraid of Adepts, but he should really just look around a bit more for a proxy. Especially since he sees the stalkers coming away.
Yeah, I mean, he knows something, like you said, something's going to happen.
So I guess the question to me is, does Does Zest blindly build more than just one cannon, even though he's not sure how big the pressure is? I'm pretty sure he saw 4 stalkers. He saw 4. You see 4 stalkers moving across the map pretty late. Honestly, if I were Zest, I probably would have been afraid of Blink, not just this late 4 gate. I think if it's Blink, the Zest build is probably weakest versus Blink, because you just blink into the main. So I think Zest build might actually just be a free loss.
To Blink.
Yes. Because you just blink into the main. And the partings, the cannons at the natural are. So you see stalkers move across the map this late, you think to yourself, it's either Blink, or it's 4 gate, or it's a 3 gate Robo Warp Prism with stalkers. It's tough call whether you build more than 1 cannon. This build is really weak versus Blink and a Warp Prism plays.
But we can understand why he makes only 1 cannon, right? There's a reasonable world where because he's not 100% sure. Is that true?
Yes, he's not one. He's very unsure.
Yeah. So at this point, he's bringing the 2 adepts back instead of going in the main. You think that's the right call there?
No, I think you go into the main. The 2 adepts don't do much. They do much more in PartinG's main. I'm still thinking about whether or not Zest should have the cannons. So I'm trying to scratch out the possibilities. It's either Blink. I guess he could just be moving to take the watchtower. What does this see? Honestly, this is why it might be better if he's making sure there's a natural going up. Because if there's a natural going up, then you just throw up 3 cannons. Because you have the natural and he doesn't. But since he keeps the watchtower, I think I like it better if he, especially with his build, because he has to react by throwing up cannons. If he keeps the adepts moving around, making sure naturals, instead of just keeping this watchtower. No naturals going up. You see a bunch of stalkers. You throw down cannon.
Right, and then you take into account what your build is weak against, what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. So why not, get those extra assurances that he has a natural or he doesn't have a natural. It's,
He has no. So if he saw no natural and he saw the stalkers, it's either Blink or a weird Robo Stalker push or a 4 gate. If it's Blink, you lose no matter what. So Zest doesn't even worry about that option. I think Zest throws down 3 cannons and he holds. With 3 cannons, I think you hold.
Right.
So I think Zest could have done this. I think, PartinG wasn't pressuring his adepts to not scout it anyway, right? Let's see. Let's make sure. The adepts, they go to the left. They see the stalker.
Right. He just doesn't pursue the stalker. He just turns around.
So he saw 1 stalker and he just turns around. Yeah. I think this bad early game is on Zest really. The job of the 2 adepts is really to see what's see the naturals.
Right. No real good reason to not check the nat.
There's no reason I can think of that he should.
See, his adepts were already pretty close to the nat. He pushed up, pretty close. 1 shade would have gotten in, confirmed.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think you're right. So right here, he pushes back the stalker. By the way, the fact that he sees 1 stalker may be a tip-off that PartinG opened stalker sentry. Normally you'll see 2, but maybe not. Zest just runs back.
Yep.
I guess he's afraid the second stalker is coming in. I can understand why Zest would take the watchtower. He doesn't want to lose the adepts. Maybe you send one adept to the watchtower and use the other adept to try to figure out if there's a natural. That way, if you do lose the adepts looking for the natural, it's just one instead of two.
Right, even sneaking it around the side, shading in or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I think that's the best play. For sure. Not for sure, but I would have liked that a lot more.
Right, because we see how it affects him. He doesn't, because of that, he takes. I mean, the whole sequence of events after this, we could kind of say is a result of, partially as a result of not having the information.
Poor scouting. Another cool thing is, if Zest keeps when Zest has the watchtower, let's see, what are his stalkers doing? His stalkers are like patrolling here. Since he has a watchtower, he knows no stalkers are coming across the map yet, so instead of just patrolling these stalkers here, I really think he should be looking at proxy pylon.
Yeah, just have him walk around. Like the probe on the left is going around checking. But
I think it's going around to proxy a pylon near PartinG's base, but there's no reason not to, right? What he's patrolling for is adepts coming around the side, but maybe I think these stalkers should look around for the proxy. I think Zest could have done better in the early. He could have gotten the information needed to build 3 cannons. So yeah, I think this one's on Zest.
Gotcha.
And then PartinG inexplicably keeps running up his stalkers.
Yep.
There's pretty much zero reason to do this. Especially, like, you see the sentries of your opponent and you still do it? Come on, PartinG. This is like...
How many, that's how many stalkers he lost already? Is that 5 stalkers, 6 stalkers?
Let's count just for fun. Alright.
Alright, so PartinG right now, dominant position.
1,
2, 3,
4,
5,
5,
8,
8,
6, 7, 8.
Any more?
9,
9,
10, 11, 12,
15,
13. What are we at? 14?
15.
To what? What does Zest even have up here? He's got 3 sentries and 3 stalkers.
Yeah.
This is like the Spartans at the freaking pass, dude. They're like, you shun.
That's right.
Literally the Spartans. Look, they even got the ramp, dude. It's literally the Spartans. Are you serious?
That's right. That was the Spartan game.
PartinG, Persians, it all makes sense now.
PartinG was literally up, let's see, before all this nonsense was happening. So here he's up 10 supply, 12 supply, 10 supply. He's up a lot of supply. If he just throws down a natural right now, he has the probe there. I don't know why he doesn't. If he just throws it down, he wins. PartinG must have thought he could break somehow.
But I mean, we say PartinG is obviously a great player. He's been in these situations thousands of times. Why in this scenario he sees the sentries? Why keep trying? PartinG's not dumb. He must know, but yet he still does it. So I'm trying to think in his mind. Right, no blink. There's nothing that would allow him to, really just get in there and get on the army. They're gonna get sectioned off. Like he knows this.
So PartinG probably realizes, like, every time he tries to go up, look, there's only 2 sentries right now, and neither of them have energy, but he doesn't see the third one warping in. So he probably just like keeps gambling that
he can get in. Like, this time I'll get in.
Yeah.
This time I'll get in.
So I really think the solution is just not to go up at all, because it's a risk for no reason when you're in an excellent position.
I think
just throw it out the natural.
Point out, as you noted earlier, during this whole fight, he doesn't take a nap. Like there's nothing behind this push. He's still warping in more units here, still trying to, hold. Which is fine. You could warp in a sentry and force it to the ramp and take in a nap.
Yep.
Way like 2 minutes ago or something like that, right?
Yep, he doesn't now, but it's way too late. Then, since he lost so many stalkers, Zest just goes right across the map and kills him. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
I gotta say, this was a pretty bad game from both players. Yeah.
Like from a
Pretty
from like low level perspective, I experienced that a lot. What PartinG did at the ramp, would because in my mind I'm like, if I could just get in there, you just gotta like brute force it, get in there and just finish him. That's what would be going through my head. But I'd like to think PartinG, and I think the explanation you provide makes more sense. Right? He's keeping obviously keeping track of the energy on the sentries. He's like, okay, I should be able to get in now. I'll make up my losses by winning the game. It doesn't matter how many stalkers I lose right now if I win the game off this. But clearly
And
that doesn't
also,
happen. Yeah.
something I just noticed is that PartinG goes in with hallucination and realizes Zest only has 2 gates. So he's probably thinking if he just keeps throwing units, 2 gates is not going to be enough for Zest.
He can trade. He has 4 gates, so he'll trade out
right
eventually.
So PartinG plays makes sense. He thinks it makes sense why he thought he could break Zest eventually, but I still think it's the wrong play.
Right.
Like it's the one way he can lose, right? He just throws on the natural at home, he wins.
And even now the cannon is finished at the top of the ramp, which is not a huge deal, but
it helps a little bit.
Right.
You'll notice, look at the units lost tab right now and just keep watching it. Yeah, the resources lost tab, that is.
Yeah.
It just keeps going up for PartinG. All right, I think I think PartinG deserves that loss.
Yeah, it's he defeated himself. Basically, he literally defeated himself. He was in a great position. Could have killed the Nat super early. In summary, and he could have killed this Nat super early, taken his own Nat. He had no reason not to take his own Nat. Right? No, he was not getting. There was no adepts coming in his Nat or preventing him from doing that. Could have done that, and still could have warped in 2 sentries and forced, kept Zest in his base for a while if he wanted to, but he didn't. So.
Yep. You fucked up, PartinG.
Fucked up.
All right. I think that's good for today. Good 2 games in.
All right. Well, so today we went over 2 games from PartinG versus Zest from their HomeStory Cup, and what are you thinking about next time? You got any games on the horizon?
I have not. No, I don't have any more games I've been thinking of. I'd probably just pull one from the HomeStory Cup again. Keep looking at those until another major
the next
tournament.
HomeStory Cup comes through.
Yeah. Maybe not then, but until another repack comes out. But
right.
I think I like. I'm gonna take some things. I might take a Zest build, the Forge build. I might take PartinG's 4-gate. It's pretty smart on the 4-player map. And I might take my PartinG's Stalker Sentry Stargate reaction, seeing Sentry. That seems pretty good.
Right, you
all
mean
seems like
taking that slight advantage, getting Nexus first, and then the what did he get? Did he get Stalker Sentry after that, or double Stalker? I think double Stalker.
Right? He got double Stalker, but that's because he went Stargate. If you went Robo,
okay,
Sentry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like the way PartinG played that game. Just besides not knowing what to deal in.
Yeah.
It seems nice. I'll steal it. My PvP needs some upgrades.
Well, what better person to copy off of than someone who failed a 4-gate by running? No, I'm joking. But...
Dang. You just throw that shit at PartinG.
I'm just kicking him while he's down. Just getting in there. All right.
Thank you, lovely viewers.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, I am that guy, and I That was scary.
What?
That was did you not hear that loud croaking sound?
No, I didn't.
I think it came from your body. Like, so are you like an alien from like Alien?
I'm a protoss.
All right, and with that, we're done. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Bye.